Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. And I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who will, and peace and blessings to your elect. Now, this is just going to be, a little, a quick video. I don't really have any scriptures on deck. I just, you know, maybe, this may be probably the only one, I may get, or one more. But brother, another brother me, if you feel the need to, you can do a response on this if you want. But anyway, we saw a conversation, I was at the college, and basically, I heard this conversation with this guy that I'm sitting there, this guy that I just met. I'm hearing this guy that I know say something, and he's basically saying the anti-Vaness, they should basically, he said something along the lines, the anti-Vaness, they should be banned from school. I kind of like, yo. So he's kind of, so then this next guy's, saying, what does he mean? So we didn't really hear him good. So the next guy's basically saying, what did you say? People that basically are not. So he said, no, the anti-Vanessa is like, what reason do you have, not to have a drink with Vanessa? This, that, and the third. And the guy's like, yo, if I don't want to take it, I don't want to take it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so this guy, I'm gonna read the scripture before before I continue with what I'm saying. How long ye simple ones will ye love simplicity? And the funny thing is, this literally I believe this may have been either before or after he made this before he made the statement that he did. So he was basically saying, how he got grade. He was predicted grade lines, stuff like that, which for any of you who are not familiar with what I'm saying, that's basically an ace. That's basically like an A star. That's the highest grade you can get. So I was like, yo, it's funny how I've actually thought about before. It's funny how these guys that they be smart academically, but when you take them out, the schooling environment, you're getting into different things like how we go, things that go on, say whether we go back into history, different things, maybe different things like that, that we research and whatnot. They don't know anything, You find out they don't know anything, because I remember this girl, she said, oh, I didn't know that you knew all this stuff, you see, you're very, you seem like you're very intellectual, stuff like that. I'm like, because she basically wanted to engage me, in a debate. Yeah, well, it wasn't really a debate, it's like a conversation, you know. But the thing is that everything that she had to, everything, she really had nothing to back up her point, because, she didn't really have the knowledge on, okay, I'm saying this, but how can I back this up, with where say like a time period or whatnot. She didn't have any of that knowledge, and I know that may seem a little bit irrelevant, but what I'm saying is, these guys, it's funny how they be it's funny how they be smart Salakia. It's funny how they be smart academically, but when you actually step back and look at it, a lot of the time, a lot of them, they be very foolish, but they just kind of know the content that's in school. But when you take them out of there, when you take them out of their environment, you actually see that they're foolish, and they have, also they lack common sense, because we could, this guy could ask questions, but he's like, I've come across, someone like him. He's just like, just get Vanessa, man, because this guy went on to say, oh, you know, okay, because you want to be you don't want to have a drink with Vanessa, when you get, how can I come up with something for this now? When you get it, he basically said, when you get it worse, if you get he said he basically already had, the sniffle. So he said, when you get the sniffle worse, um he should basically be made to die. He shouldn't be allowed in the hospital. So I was kind of like, yo, you know, that I was like, yo, that's kind of dark coming from him. But I'm like, yo, this is kind of the mentality of some of these people, because with this, with the Vanessa and the unviness is kind of bringing about divisions. And the scripture says, "Being not ignorant of anything, of anything small or great." That's why I made this video, because I'm like, trying to keep you brothers updated. Because obviously I'm in the UK, so any small things that as spirit on me to put out, I'm putting it out. I was kind of like, I was like, I was definitely taking notes in the moment. I really wanted to do the video, but I was like, it was basically on the school environment. It was too crowded, and someone would have reported me, so I felt like it was unwise to do it there. You know. But anyway, I was like, yeah, this is not just. I actually started thinking, this ain't just his mentality. This is a whole lot of other people's mentality, because they basically seen us as the enemy, as the threat, because we ain't bound down to the narrative. You know, and they've been so blinded that they actually believe it. And they want us to go along with, they want us to follow them blindly. What does the scripture say? If the blind leadeth the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. Let me get that afterwards. Let me finish this. And the scorn is delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. And the thing about people like that is, they say all that about the Vanessa, but like, they like, well, when you want to engage them in a conversation, like, okay, what about, okay, so how many people that how do you know how many people that caught the sniffle? He'll be like, oh, I know this and this the person. Okay, how many of those same people do you know that died? Either, for the most part, they won't be able to tell you. But they wanna blind, they just wanna remain they just wanna remain in that docile mindset. And I was like, yo, this I was like, these two, I was like, I'm sure these two, are supposed to be quote unquote, they in this, well, they I know they were in the same year. you know um so whilst I was sat down, I was wondering as to what was going on, because the way that he said it, it was like, you shouldn't be allowed in the hospital. You're basically saying, okay, you should just be made to die. But we don't care. We ain't trusting in Esau's thing, man. In Esau's pricking stick. Esau can keep his little pricking stick. Slovakia. Esau can keep his little pricking stick. But I said I would make this quick. So let me just get the other scripture and just close it out. Blind. And one more after this. Slovakia. Bear with me 1 minute.
If you're looking for quality online...
This is Matthew 15:4. Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. The funny thing is, people will actually listen, to sing like him, because I actually have I believe one of my teachers got the Vanessa. If I'm not mistaken, she at home. We already know what's up with her. She caught it again. But she was basically telling this girl that was next to me, to get the Vanessa. and she was like, no one in her household is taking it, and and she don't want to take it, and basically this girl next to her was just like, everyone in their household's got it. I think you should just take it. But you know, I could feel the girl, I could feel the girl's spirit, and I don't think she was, she wasn't in it to take it. And the same thing with like another, with another Benjamin brother. And the funny thing about it is the two people on my road that weren't taking it were both Benjamites as well. If as far as I know. So the guy in the end, he was just silent. He was just quiet like me. Yeah, he was, and he was like, I already spoken to him, and he said, he's not taking it. So, and he wasn't trying to entertain the conversation. Man, yeah, let me get this last point upon Slovakia. Didn't mean, didn't think the lesson would go on for this long. And this is Matthew 24:12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And that was, and that statement that guy made, he didn't really have any love. He's kind of like, yo, it was like a statement like this, yo, take the Vanessa or jump off a cliff. I don't care, man. Because if you ain't getting Vanessa, I ain't trying to have you around here. This guy literally said, yo, if you don't get the finesse, don't come to school. But anyway, I want to close it out there and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim V'chakadash. Until next time, Shalom.